Well, William Shakespeare wrote 37 plays in his lifetime.
At the Overture Center, they'll all be performed in 97 minutes. The Reduced Shakespeare Company is in town for 3 weeks, starting tonight.
The complete works of William Shakespeare abridged is the bard like you've never seen him before. Trust us. Earlier today, we talked to the cast members. Right. So this is not like any Shakespeare I recall.
Hopefully not.
No.
Hopefully not. You know, we do get a lot of, kids and students who come to see the show, and very often we're their first exposure to Shakespeare, and we often feel bad for what their second exposure to Shakespeare might be like, because it's not going to be like what we do.
Well, some people hear Shakespeare and they, think,
fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
how was that Shakespeare play? It was the finest nap I ever had.
Yeah.
But that's why
Did you say Shakespeare?
That's why we want to cut through all of that. Just get right through all 37 plays and 154 of his sonnets in a single evening.
And people ask, how do you do that?
Well, how do you do that?
Good question. Thank you for asking. We cut out all the minor characters and unimportant subplots and get right to the sex and the killing. The comedies we found are all similar. I mean, they've all got shipwrecks, mistaken identities, cross-dressing, they end in a wedding. And so we've combined all of Shakespeare's boring comedies into a single play,
which we have entitled The Comedy of Two Well-Measured Gentlemen Lost in the Merry Wives of Venice on a Midsummer's Twelfth Night in Winter.
Or Cymbeline taming Pericles the Merchant in The Tempest of Love, as much as you like it for nothing.
So how many?
Four weddings and a transvestite. Hey, we'll let you know when we're done. We're done.
I just said, how many plays did you hit in that?
How many plays?
30.
No, in the comedy? 15 comedies. Yeah. But then we move on to his tragedies, because we discovered that Shakespeare's tragedies are much funnier than Shakespeare's comedies.
That's true.
So that's why we like to spend a lot of time on those.
Yeah, in fact, my favorite is Macbeth.
Oh, don't say that. Bad luck to say the name of that show in a theater unless you're performing it, which is why we refer to it as the Scottish play.
Yeah, but see, there's nothing remotely Scottish about it.
Yeah, no, but it depends on how you do it. You need to do the Scottish play in such a way that you can see the heather rippling on the hillsides and feel the cool summer breeze wafting up your kilt and smell the vomit steaming in the alley outside the pub.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Kilts, whiskey,
vomit.
Were you Shakespeare fans before this?
I was.
We actually all have training as real Shakespearean actors.
And I think between the three of us, I think we've heard of all of the Shakespeare plays.
Most of them, yeah.
Well, are purists going to be offended by this, or are they going to recognize that this is really a labor of love?
The purists will recognize that it's a celebration. And in fact, the people who really know their Shakespeare appreciate the fact that we get it right when we're not getting it wrong on purpose.
What if you don't know Shakespeare?
Well, who knows him? He's been dead for hundreds of years.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Could anybody really be said to know him?
Yeah.
That's true.
If you don't know him, this is actually a great introduction.
Yeah.
Because
to know him is to love him.
You'll get
and we're gonna give you a feel of that.
Yeah. And more importantly, I think you'll get a primer of what Shakespeare is, so you can sound smart. You can have a patina of knowledge
much
and
like
culture,
ourselves,
but not really be.
So give us an example.
So just kick it, boys. Like here's a story of a brother by the name of Othello. He liked white women and he liked green jello.
And a punk named Iago, who made himself a menace because he didn't like Othello.
The Moor of Venice. Now Othello got married to Desdemona.
He took her for the wars and checked her alone.
It was a Mona.
A Grona.
He left her alone.
He didn't write a letter and he didn't telephone her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He said, I'm gonna shaft the Moor.
How you gonna do it? Tell us.
Well, I know his tragic flaws that he's too damn jealous. I need a dupe, I need a dope, I need a kind of a schmo.
So he found a chump sucker by the name of Cassio.
And he plants on him Desdemona's handkerchief.
So Othello starts wondering just maybe if while he's been out fighting, commanding an army.
Desi and Cass playing hide the salami.
Salami.
So he come back home and he smothered the biatch.
And he thinks he pulled it off without a hiat.
But there's Amelia at the door who we met in Act 4.
Say, yo, homie,
she weren't no hoe.
She was pure, she was clean, she was
virginal too. So why'd you have to go and make her face turn blue? It's true.
It's you.
Now what you gonna do? And Othello say,
damn, this is getting pretty.
Just like an English lit class.
Yes, the complete works of William Shakespeare abridged opens tonight at 8 o'clock at the Overture Center. The show runs through Sunday, December 20th at the Playhouse Theater. Those guys are funny.
That's going to be a great show. Break the leg. It opens tonight.
Yep. We'll be right back with Talk Back.